I'm a state certified driving instructor. I teach teens and adults. Let's go ahead and get it. It's important that you have a support system around you. We all have anxiety and have challenges that we have to deal with in life. So what I need you to do is really focus on what's important, and that's your mental health. Teens and young adults have anxiety, and driving in itself is a very challenging situation. The first thing I want to talk about is driving around roundabouts. Nothing replaces modeling of behavior. The reason I became an instructor, I value the human principle. I value teaching. I value educating the next generation. So driving through roundabouts can be very stressful. So what I need you to do is to adjust your speed before you go into that circular drive. You always want to yield, Y-I-E-L-D. You want to yield to traffic already in the roundabout. After you yield means to slow down, S-L-O-W-D-O-W-N, so slow down. You don't want to familiarize yourself with the route you're going to be going on. Don't stop within the roundabout. You want to continue on through. You want to give support and let them continue to drive through the roundabout calmly. Let's talk about the graduated GDL. The way we are set up here, mostly in the United States, most states and some of our brothers and sisters to the north have a graduated licensing system. As a parent, as an instructor, you want to be a good role model. How do you become a good role model? You want to educate your son or daughter to do best practice. If there's a stop, S-T-O-P, if there's a stop sign, you need to stop. Minimum time is 3 seconds, 1001, 1002, and 1003. That is the minimum. Don't rely on your son or daughter's driver's education. You have to go deeper than that. This is the reason why I come on every day at 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time to help you understand the importance of driving. You always want to get and create a written agreement between you and your child, you and your young adult. This way you can hold them accountable. Don't give them an out, O-U-T, to become a bad driver. Next, night driving is very challenging because you have limited visibility. You can't see, S-E-E. Discuss with your teen that driving at night can be very challenging, and you need to support them on those first few months when they're out driving in the evening. Talk about when they're driving. If you're tired, maybe they should not be driving. Offer them a ride. Even though your son or daughter or your young adult is capable of driving, you might want to give them an opportunity to drive and pick them up. The importance of minimizing distractions, reduce the radio, put the do not disturb on the phone. Tell them it's okay to ask the passengers to be quiet. It is okay to take your teen out, O-U-T, at night, N-I-G-H-T. Sometimes night driving can be very soothing, it can be very relaxing and very calming because rush hour traffic is done. Let's talk about obeying the speed limit. We as adults, myself as a driver's ed instructor, I always want to model obeying the speed limit. I want to pay attention to my speedometer, but not staring at it. I want to practice patience when driving. Your son or daughter needs a patient role model to help them. Use the 3-second rule when following cars when they pick a stationary object: 1001, 1002, and 1003. Leave early. The biggest time that people speed is when they don't leave early. Get up an extra 25 or 30 minutes. Let the car warm up. Scrape the windows. Make sure you have everything: your backpack, your phone, your charger, your school books. Then you can leave. Adverse weather. I live in the Midwest. Many of you live in different parts of the world. And don't forget, in the comments, tell me what part of the world you live in. Living in the Midwest, we have a lot of unusual and extreme weather. High beam lights reduce visibility in fog. Because we have brighter lights and the fog particles will reflect back in our eyes. EYES. Tell your teen to use fog lights. That is a better way to be seen and low beams. If visibility is greatly reduced, have your teen, have your young adult pull over to the side of the road. Also, the white line, LINE, to the right, RIGHT, that is your edge line or fog line. That line will help you steer and maneuver through adverse conditions. Create a snow emergency kit: a brush, sand, blanket, flashlight, first aid kit, non-perishable food. Practice driving in adverse weather conditions. This will get you prepared for conditions that are out there. Leave early in Florida, that is correct. Teach your teen to check their tires prior to driving. Tire pressure is very important. You should check your tires monthly. And please make sure you subscribe. If this is bringing you value, subscribe to the channel because you're going to get notifications. I try to come on every day at 12 o'clock to be consistent. Blind spot checks. I have a blind spot to my right and a blind spot to my left. You do a shoulder check. You want to put your chin to your shoulder. You want to turn. That's my blind spot to my right. That's my blind spot to my left. Don't be scared to quickly look over your shoulder. Explain what blind spots are. All mirrors will reduce some of the blind spots, but you still need to look over your shoulder. Share a story of a close encounter where you almost cut off a car or a truck. Point out that blind spots in your vehicle and show your teens how to safely check those blind spots. Yesterday, we were practicing merging out onto the expressway. I had my driver accelerate down the ramp, R-A-M-P. I had them quickly check over their shoulder. The student held the wheel too long, and we went off the road to the right. I had to do an emergency maneuver, turn the wheel back, to keep us safe. Left-hand turns. Left-hand turns are the most dangerous. You as a teen or young adult or beginning driver, you're going to have to learn how to make left-hand turns. Allow your signal to flash a minimum of 3 to 5 blinks. You want to merge into the center, C-E-N-T-E-R, the center lane, and stop. If you go too far under the light, you won't be able to see the light. If you don't go far enough into the intersection, when you make your turn, you're going to turn in the wrong lane. Listen to my advice. Subscribe. When you turn, you want to turn by the double yellow. That's the nearest lane when you make a left turn. If you turn in the wrong lane, cars making right turns, you will come into their lane, and that is grounds for failure on your road test or being in an accident. Turn your steering wheel gently. Don't overturn. A lot of beginners, because they have so much anxiety and so much nervous energy, they crank. C-R-A-N-K. They crank the steering wheel and they overturn. As an instructor, I want to support you. I want to help you, YOU, be successful. Always look left, right, and left. We talked about the left hook. This is when you are making a left turn, bicyclists are going across, and you fail to look. Pedestrians are walking to your left. You need to look and scan from left, middle, and right. You have to look left, middle, and right to make sure your intersection is clear before you make your left turn. Be prepared to make wide turns when you turn. You always need to be prepared for that. Yield to pedestrians. Pedestrians always have the right, RIGHT, of OFWAY. Teen drivers and passengers, we all love friends. But when you're a beginning driver, friends are distractions. You want to limit the number of friends in your vehicle. You want to make sure everyone has on their seat, SEAT, belt, BELT, and make sure everyone is in a seat and buckled. You want to watch the road. You want to make sure all drivers are paying attention. Know the number of passengers permitted in your vehicle. If they can't buckle, they can't ride. You have to be firm, FIRM. Do not stress. Stay calm and be supportive. Keep the music down. Don't act wild. Speak up. Your safety is the priority. Choosing a driving school, very important. Price should not be the only consideration. Money, MONEY. Visit the driver's education website. See what the schools are approved to do. Prioritize your questions. What curriculum are they using? How many classrooms behind the wheel hours are offered? It varies. Some is 7, some is 9, some is 5. Do they train adults, students 18 and up? Are they willing to get you to the Secretary of State to help you get your TIP? Your TIP is your temporary instruction permit. Are they willing to help you get that? Do they conduct classroom training? I was classroom trained. Do they offer parent and guardian seminars? I've done parent and guardian seminars. As you are listening, tell me the names of the driving schools you have went to. In the comments below, tell me what state you are watching this in right now. Are they a member of any state or national association? Managing the merge. I talked about this earlier. A lot of beginning drivers merge out too slow. And if you merge out too slow, you're going to get ran over. We had a semi-truck yesterday coming out in the first lane. We were merging out at about 45. I told my student driver, push the gas. We had to accelerate up, and we just got out in time, TIME, because the semi-truck driver had to do an emergency maneuver. This is scary and dangerous. It's dangerous for us being in a car. It's scary for the beginning driver as well as the instructor. You want to find a 3 to 4 second gap. We had about a second and a half. That was not enough time. Wait for the solid line to end before merging. Be prepared to exit. Maneuver early. Keep your speed up with the flow of the traffic. If you must pass, pass on the left. Tailgating teens. Know the speed limit. Maintain a consistent speed. Always keep a safe following distance. I connect good speed, good space, and a smile. If you're being tailgated, don't feel pressure to speed up. Take your time. If you haven't subscribed, you need to. If this brought you value, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. I also have a podcast called Driving with Myles, Myles, on Spotify. I want to say thank you. I need you to be safe out there. Bye.